When we level up in Aeon, especially the veterans who know the game in and out and try out a new class, actually even new players, we don't spend a single second to take a look at the passive section of our skill set. This isn't because we don't know it's there, it's just cause it's not as flashy as the shiny active skills we get. And when we level up, we are always looking for that new skill that does a lot of damage, or that one buff you've been looking forward to when you heard about the class. Now I'm here to talk about the difference between passive and active skills, and since I main an Aethertech, I will only talk about this particular class. Hey, I'm Nightmare Frame and I'm coming at you with a new AT Basics guide. Let's get started. A lot of people tend to make this mistake, and when I say mistake, I mean misconception about the AT and what they think it does. They tend to build up their own opinion on what it can do and especially what their passive abilities are. And this puts them into this mindset that the AT is way overpowered. And of course, I'm here to bust that bubble for them. People speculate we, the Aethertechs, have a lot of passive abilities. Well, let's take a moment to look at our passive abilities. You can pause the video and read up. Now, do any of these skills say that they increase silence, stun, sleep, or any form of resist? Huh? Yeah, I don't think so. And what makes the AT resist some skills or altered states are their active abilities. Let's stop right here and take a look at the definition of the two words. But of course, I will dumb it down for you in an Aeon MMO game sense. Here, we have active. Most of our active skills are attacks and buffs. And when we have to press these skills for them to do something, and of course when we do press the skill, we activate them. See what I did there? And with passive, means we sit back, relax, do nothing, and it does special things for us. Wow, so simple. And the most common misconception is that we have passive stun, silence, sleep, and fear resist. Well, sorry folks, these are not part of any of the AT passive skills. But if you do look at my previous AT guides, I do talk about a few skills, or stigmas rather, that do increase those things. But for the sake of this video, to educate you or to smack some people upside the head with the proper information, I will talk about them in this video. Let's carry on with the active skills that confuse people into thinking that they're passive. First, let's start with the most basic one, and that is Call Mech. And this skill is used to get our Deva to materialize their mech from their Keyblade. We're not robots or transformers, we ride a battle mech, like a Gundam or a Nightmare Frame. This skill increases our magical accuracy, physical defense, and altered state resist. Again, it's not a passive skill since I pressed a button and it does all these things for me. Second, we have instant defensive shield. For the next 8 seconds, you can dodge or resist any skill. Don't QQ about resist when you attack me with this buff active. Thirdly, our magic boost buffs, increase fighting power and combat power maximization. The normal and the high Deva version. They increase offensive stats along with defensive ones as well, being the magic boost as offense and increased resist to shock states and movement speed debuffs. And for more on shock states, you can visit Draco Aeon to give you an in-depth guide. Again, not passive. Fourth, we have our two shields. I will only show you the high Deva and Stigma version, because no one at this level uses Mystic Shell anymore. The high Deva one blocks damage for a certain amount and is active as long as you have mana or until the cooldown runs out. This shield also increases resistance to shock states and increases parry. The Stigma version does a little bit more than block damage for a high percentage. It also increases magic resist along with a higher amount of shock state resist. Fifth, we have Magic Veil. And this Stigma skill is one that many people overlook and don't think much of it until they see the results and start to wonder, what the hell is going on? This is basically the AT's unwavering devotion on crack. it increases parry, PvP defense, and resists to stun, fear, and binds. Oh, yes! Pardon me. Sadly, it only lasts for a short period. 6th on our list is our Remove Shock Chain Protective Veil. Once activated, your resistance to shock states is increased by 300 and magic resist is increased by 292, and with a little PvP defense. Pretty neat. And now, last but not least, is Weakening Sting. It's a debuff that not many people know about, and for the some who do, think it only decreases attack speed, but little do they know, it also reduces their magical accuracy, which will also give into people's misconceptions about our abilities and make it seem that we resist a lot. The more you know. Well, I hope this video has enlightened people who wanted to know more about their class or their opponent, and especially for the haters who are salty, for I have provided you fries for your saltiness. Enjoy and take care, and as always, peace!